Alright, and welcome to the React crash course. And in this course, we are going to build an advanced to-do application, which will have a modern design. It will support multiple lists, which means that you can have multiple items in each list. And it will also support the dark mode and account-based, which means each user can have their own account. Or in their account, they can have their own separate lists, which means that we are going to write backend, which we are going to do in the part 2. Let's start. So we'll start by opening up a folder. Let's go to desktop and create another folder. Let's call it to-do-x and hit open. And after that, let's open up our terminal and type in npx create react app client. So it will give you the boilerplate for a React application. And I'll be back until it's finished. Alright, as you can see, it's finished in the installation. And I'm using Yarn. You can use npm if you want. I'd prefer Yarn because it's more better and fast than npm. Let's change that to client. Before that, let's clean up our project because we don't need app.css, we don't need test files, we don't need svg, and these files just right click and go to delete. Oh, sorry. Let's get rid of all these unnecessary files, which is app.css. We don't need index file, this one and this one, this one. Just right click and click on delete. Remove these and remove all the header. Let's remove this. And in the index.js, we're gonna remove this one and this. Remove the modals. Alright, and we are good to go. Next, we are going to install all the libraries we need. The first one is Chakra UI, which we are going to use for the UI part. Let's just click on copy and paste the command to install the framework. Next, we are going to use React Router because React doesn't give you routing system out of the box, so we're going to use React Router. We can install it by, let's wait first. Alright, we can install it by using yarn add React Router DOM. And next thing we're going to install is React icons. It gives you lots of icons to choose from. So we're going to use this one. Yarn add React icons. Alright, let's first set up our UI framework. Let's copy Chakra provider and paste in here. And we're gonna wrap our app using Chakra provider like this. And next what we are gonna set up is the React router. Let's copy this and paste here. Let's say route is equal to, which is going to return return like this. We don't need these things, so let's get rid of this. And alright, instead of app, we are gonna render the route. So, and let's add the home page exact like this. Component is equal to app properties props. Alright, there we go. Let's start our development server and let's see if it's working or not. Alright. I think there's a problem. Oh, sorry. Let's call it routing because it's already using the name route system. If we hit refresh, it's compiling. Let's wait. Alright, there we go. If you go to our app file and then let's add h1, let's say hello world. We can see hello world. There we go. Now let's design our header first. Let's go to add a component, components folder, and inside that we are gonna add header.js, and in here we are going to return a box from Chakra, and let's add a heading called to-do-x. That's the padding of 4 and shadow of medium. Let's see how it looks like. Oh, sorry, we're not rendering this. In here we are going to render header, and there we go. It looks cool. All right. Next, what we are going to add is sidebar.js. Return box in here. But first, let's add a state called lists, which will be of JSON. And let's add some default lists. And the title will be home, and the icon will be FI. FI is basically feather icon. You can learn more about that on their website, React Icons, GitHub.io. Feather icons. There we go. This one. All right. Let's import first the icons from React Icons /fi feather icons fi home. All right. And items, none, empty items. Oh, sorry. Forget to add comma. Alright, next what we're going to do is add sidebar component here. But first, before we add sidebar, we're gonna use flex because we are gonna display it horizontally. So flex, and inside that we are gonna render sidebar first. Oh, there's an error. Alright. Okay, let's pass the lists to our sidebar like this. So it's called props. So we can get the props from here like this. And then inside that, let's loop because it's object. So we're gonna extract keys and then maps. Map. Let's call it key constant list equal to lists key. And we're gonna return a box with let's see, we first want to display icon. As we can see here, it says icon, and the next thing is we're gonna display is the text or name. Is it name or title? Okay, title. Alright, there we go. But it's a line break. Let's remove it by adding a flex. Display is equal to flex and align items is equal to center. Alright, there we go. Let's first add a margin top padding of 6 like that. Alright, looks good. And let's add a heading instead of text. And let's lower the size to empty. Alright, this looks good. Let's add it inside a box. And the margin right, let's give it to 2. like this. This looks good. Now let's add on hover. We are going to change the background color to gray 100, and we are going to change the cursor to pointer like this. Alright. Also, we're gonna add some padding, so let's do it by P. Alright. But let's add width of 20%. Okay, not here. Let's wrap this inside a box. And width of 20%. So it's gonna take up to 20% of the screen like this. Alright. Let's change it to 200. Okay, this looks good. And let's add some border radius. Alright, there we go. 100 is better. Alright. Next, what we're gonna do is disable the select. We can do it by using CSS is equal to user select none. Now, as you can see, we cannot select. And also, we're gonna use link to key. What it basically does is if we click on this, it's going to transfer it to /home because the key of this element of this prop, because the key is home, as we can see from here, home. Let's add a few more items or lists. Sorry, let's call it work. Title will be work, and icon will be fi briefcase. Items again, empty array, comma. Let's add school projects, and inside here we're gonna add fi book. Oh, let's save, and there we go. If we go to school, it says school, and if we go to work, it says work. Now let's see how we can extract this props or parameters from here and display the items accordingly. So we can do it by going back to our index file and not index app file, and here we are going to first log the props. Alright, let's add a optional called list optional route. Alright, let's see. Inside match we have params. If you go to home, alright, let me first refresh. If we go to home, we can see that inside our match, inside params, we have list home. And if we go to work, you can see that inside our match params, we have work. Now we can easily extract on which location we are by doing like this. Let's say current list is equal to match dot, let me check again, match dot params dot list, match dot params dot list, and current. Alright, and in here let's pass current list is equal to current list, or we can say active. Let's hide the terminal. And in sidebar we can highlight the active one by, let's current list or active list, we can call it. Let's call it active list. Alright, let's change the background of the active list. If it's active list is equal key, then we are going to change the background color to gray dot 100, else it's going to be white. Alright, as we can see, it's selected work. If we go home, it's selected home, and now it's working fine. Alright, next what we want to do is check which one is selected and display its list accordingly. Let's do it by creating another component called content.js in edf return box. Oh, sorry, not a 5 box, just box. Oh, I think autocomplete is not working. Let me import it manually from chakra/react. Alright, there we go. We're gonna accept list. Alright, inside our app, we are going to add another box here. And inside that box, we are gonna run the content, and in here we are gonna pass list is equal to lists active list. Alright, inside our content, let's display the list name, list.title, like this. And there you go, it's working. Let's add some margin because it's very close. Margin left 2 or better. Alright, let's add a button to add items to the list. How we can do that is let's add a button up at the bottom. Let's do it like this. Add button new item like this, and let's set the size to SM small, and color is equal to green. Alright, that looks good. And let's add a margin top of 10 or 12. Sorry, just 12. There we go. Alright, as you can see, we have got a new item button here. Let's add a model to display to the user for the input. Let's paste in here, and let's copy this and paste it here. We're gonna use disclosure. Disclosure is just like state. Let me show you. Disclosure. Let's call it model is equal to disclosure. In place of is open, let's add model dot is open, model dot on close, and let's change model title to new item. Move this and add input placeholder new item. Alright, let's remove this and add a button. Add. Let's see if it's working or not. Oh, sorry. And on button click, we are going to call model dot on open. Alright, on click, as you can see, it's asking for new item. Alright, now let's add a reference. Use ref. Constant input is equal to use ref, which will be null. And the reference is equal to input. And on click, we are going to call a function called on item add. But before that, we'll have to add on item add inside our app.js, which is here. On item add is equal to function. We are going to log the item. Let's do it like this item. Alright. So in our content file, we are going, when the user clicks on add button, we are going to take the input and send back to the app.js. So how we're going to do that is we're going to call on item add with the first parameter of input.current.value, and the second parameter will be list dot all right. Oh, let's just send the value, and let's see if it's working or not. Let's open up our console. Let's see if it's working or not. If you click add, as we can see, we got in console. All right. Now let's push the data inside our items array of the active list. So how we can do that is by constant list underscore list is equal to lists active list, and in the list dot or active sorry, items is equal to underscore list dot items dot 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 and item. Alright, we're gonna pass in JSON. Well, let's say value. We're gonna add the item. After that, okay, what else we can do is we can add items, not array, just JSON. Let's add like this. Alright, what we can do is revert it back. Let me just pass in the value. Alright, and in here list of items, we're gonna add new date dot now, which will be value item. And set lists, we are going to set all the previous lists, and the active list will be underscore list, and after that we're gonna log the lists to verify if it's working or not. Let's check. If we hit add, oh, we get an error. Oh, sorry, it's not a constructor. Alright, if we hit add, we can see that inside home we have items, but we don't have anything. Oh, inside our school we have this current date. If we add more of them, we can see that it will keep on adding in school items, and there we go. It keeps on adding with the current date. So alright, next what we're gonna do is we want to display all the items from that list up in here in the content. So let's do it. In the content, let's before the button, let's go with like this list dot items, because it's an object, so we're gonna do like this object dot keys dot map item. We're gonna return a box. Let's see. Index. Let's display the index +1 because it's heading. Index +1 dot slash item dot value. Alright. Oh, it's not working. Let me log. Oh, it's not item, it's called key. And item is list dot items key. Sorry, not item, it's item. Alright, there we go, it's working, but it's little, the size is little half the text, so let's lower it down by using size is equal to XS. It's very small. SM. Let's move it to text. And font. Let's add some margin top. Let's wrap it inside a stack. And we are gonna add some margin top of 4 and the spacing of 2. It's gonna look something like this. Let's add a display of flex. added on new date item, sorry, it's key dot to string like this. Oh, it's an invalid date. Okay, let's see, install moment. Let's install moment. We're going to export moment from moment and start of a development server again. Let's pass this to moment and format it to L like this. Alright, if you click on work and add it on invalid date. Alright, let me change the date format from the root of this application, which is from here. New date, that's it we're gonna do. Let me refresh and add another item. Alright, there we go, it's working now. Okay, so we are gonna display it in format LLL like this, added on June 6, 2021, but let's first margin left. Let's give some margin. Alright, and the font weight will be bold. Margin left of 4. Alright, if we add another. Alright, it's working. And now let's add a dark mode option. Up, maybe here. In the header. Alright. Its display will be flex. Spacer. Button, dark mode. Alright, let's add an icon to make it look more attractive. FI night from React icon slash FI moon. Alright, there we go. FI moon. And oh, it's called left icon. And there we go, dark mode. And Chakra have inbuilt functionalities for dark mode, which is use color mode. So color mode is equal to use color mode, and on click we are going to switch the color mode to dark. If color mode dot color mode is equal dark, we're gonna switch it to light. Else we're gonna switch it to dark. So it will work as a toggle. And we're also going to update the icons. If color mode dot color mode is equal dark, we're gonna show FI sun, else we're gonna show moon, just like that. Alright, there we see that looks ugly. Let's change it. And our sidebar. Chakra also having built functionality to change value based on the color mode, so it's called use color mode value. Alright, color mode value. Okay, use color mode value. The first one is for light mode, and the second parameter is for dark mode. Let's add 900. Oh, sorry, it's like that. There we go. Let's copy this and paste in here. Also, gray, white. If it's dark mode, we are gonna change it to background color. If active. If it's active, then we are gonna change it to 400. Else we're gonna change to 900. Alright, there we go. It's working. Alright, I have added a margin button too to add some spacing between them. As you can see, it's working. Alright, let's add an item. And there we go. And it's working like a charm. Alright. And in the next mod, we are going to set up a user authentication system. So make sure to hit the subscribe button to get notified. And let me know in the comment section what else we can add in this project. And until then, thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.